Alright, my architecture kids. What? So, refresher, I know I did this the one day, but I just want to show you guys again. This way you have a reference for it too. So, for the program that you want to open, alright, you want to open up AutoCAD Architecture. And then I forget if on yours it gives you two different options like it does on mine. Like I have US Imperial and Metric. If it gives you two options, make sure you do the Imperial. If not, then the regular AutoCAD Architecture should work. Alright, when you open up the program, and I pause mine because it takes a minute or two to open all the way up. So I'm going to go up to the red A in the top left corner. I'll click on that. Give her a second here. There you go. Be careful if it's not responding right away. Don't double click because that will close the program, or at least it used to. And I'm not going to risk doing it right this second. Alright, I can't remember if I had you guys save a drawing in inches, but I'm going to show you, in case you didn't or can't find it, how to do it. So I'm going to go New. I'll get a pop-up here in a second. Eventually. Alright, you have, it says templates, or template up at the top. As I scroll down, these DWT files are your AutoCAD templates. A bunch of different options. I can keep on scrolling. I want AEC model, Imperial, and then I'm going to do STB. So I can double click on it, or I can click on it to select it, then hit open. Then it will load a blank drawing. Alright. Where everything is. Alright, up at the, once my mouse catches up with me. Alright, up here at the top, this is your command ribbon, or toolbar ribbon. This is where the different buttons that we'll need. There are more up here. You can switch by, click on the tabs. But we're going to start out in the home one. Over here on the left, these are different tool palettes. Again, you can switch these for design, walls, doors, windows, and then down here, this is the properties window. Over on the right side, this cube is for rotating stuff around in 3D space. When you're first starting, don't move out of your top view. Alright, this will give you the top-down perspective that we've been working and practicing with. And then down here at the bottom is your command box or command prompt. Alright, to start converting your hand-drawn version of the house to a house here on the computer, I would start with walls. So I'm going to click on the wall button. Alright, it's going to default. So down here in the properties window, if I double click where it says browse here, and it'll take a second. Over to the right, it will load another window with all the different types of walls that are preloaded. We can use preloaded ones, we can make ones from scratch. So you can see standard, brick, air and brick, a whole bunch of different options, bulkheads, studs. And if you do this and you don't have as many options as me, that's fine. I feel like I've made or added a lot of these in, so you might not have everything in there. Back to the top. So I'm just gonna select a standard wall. I double click on it. Get rid of this little pop up. Close that for now. Starting a wall, I can start it anywhere. I don't have to really worry about trying to get in a corner. I can start right here in the middle. It's telling me feet, dash, inches, and then fractions of inches, where once I click once, it'll attach one side of the wall. Alright, as I move my cursor, the wall will follow it. It will snap to different angles. So when that green dotted line is extended out, that means it's snapped to a certain angle. If I go straight out here to the right, it's 0. Straight to the left, 180. Straight up would be 90. And then same going down, 90. So my suggestion would be, so that you have room, is your paper, either you can use either your paper drawing on the vellum, where we kind of hand drew everything, or you can use your grid one where we use the graph paper. Take a couple pieces of tape and tape it up on the wall behind your monitor, because those large pieces of paper, it's kind of hard to maneuver around them while you're typing stuff in. Alright, so I don't have mine, example 1, right in front of me, so I'm going to kind of just give some numbers here. So let's say my overall length of this exterior wall is 75 feet. I type 75. I need to make sure I hit the apostrophe to tell it feet. If not, it'll do 75 inches by default. Alright, I hit enter. And then I'm going to say 60 feet. And I'm going to make a L-shaped footprint for this house. I know my example 1 is a rectangle, but for the sake of me showing you something different, so each time I'm moving my cursor, making sure it's aligned, and then I'm typing in a distance. If I bump my mouse, let's say, let me see how much further I need, 45 feet. Let's say I bump it here, I tell it 45 feet, it's going to make it at that weird goofy angle. So to fix a mistake or back up a step, you can hit Control Z and it'll go up one single step. Instead of typing this in, I can literally touch the end of this wall to line it up and bring it down till it snaps as being 180 degrees to the left, flat horizontal, and then I can connect up. To stop drawing more walls, hit enter. Now, right now I'm zoomed pretty far out, so you can't really tell, but if I zoom in, and zooming in, I'm just using my scroll wheel. you can see the walls already have their thickness. So it's not like on the vellum where we drew and had to add in the thickness of the walls. This does it already. Adding in your interior walls. Same thing, it's going to be the wall button. Alright, let's say I have a room here that's going to be 15 by 12. Alright, I can do it one of two different ways. So if I start in the corner, I can come over, tell it 15 feet, then 12 feet, and then connect it over, and it will automatically trim and clean up the intersections. If you do it that way, alright, since I drew a wall over top of a wall, I'm going to get this little exclamation point. Alright, that's just telling me that there's an error. You're going to have to come back and click on that wall. There we go. And once you click on it to select it, hit delete, and that'll go away. As you're drawing interior walls, to move them around or extend them, if I click on it, I get all these different anchors, or the boxes, and then these arrows. So if I click on the arrow, bring it back, it will shorten the wall. If I click on it and extend it out to this wall, it will connect it. And again, it will kind of auto trim for me. So that's, some people do it that way because they find it easier. Let me show you the other way of doing it. So let's say this will be a hallway here. So I'm going to have a room. I'll do the same size, 12 or 15 by 12. So if I touch this corner, instead of drawing a wall, if I keep my cursor lined up and just move over to the right some distance, it doesn't have to be any certain distance, and I go 15 feet, it will automatically jump over from that corner 15 feet. And then I can go up 12 and connect over to the wall. Again, to stop drawing walls, you can either hit enter or hit escape. So, then I don't have the extra step of coming back and deleting the wall or trying to fix points where it's not connected. So, that is the basics of walls, exterior, interior. Again, this first drawing is going to be the same walls for everything. They're all standard. They're all 6 inches thick, just to make life a little bit easier. Alright, I can then come in and I'll add in the rest of my walls. I want to show how to add in doors. Alright, up here at the top, and it's also down here, there's a door button. If I click on the down arrow, I have other options too. An opening would just be kind of what it seems, an opening, a hole in the wall that you can pass through. And then this is a whole door window assembly. But basic doors. Alright, and here in browse, same thing. If I double click on it, it will give me a list. Close that. A list of all the door types that are loaded in here. Alright, I would suggest trying to stick with standard size doors or just basic doors. There are bifolds. These are more closet doors. I'll throw one in so you can kind of see. But you can see all the different options there are for doors. But I'm just going to leave it standard. So placing a door, you need the wall there first. And then if I click on the wall, door follows my cursor and it gives me 3 different measurements. It gives me in the middle the width of the door, and then it gives me from one side of the door to one wall and same on the other. So the little green box that's skipping back and forth from left to right, that's an object snap that kind of auto selects a corner if you would click. So right now, if I would click, it's going to put it right in the very corner because it thought that's what I wanted. So you're going to want to tell it your distance in. And I'm just going to put an arbitrary number for right now just so I can show you. So I'm going to say from this wall, it's going to be 6 feet in. Alright, I want to stop making doors, so I'll hit escape. So when it put the door in, it automatically cut the opening, did the door swing, and made the jamb or frame for the door. If you want to or need to flip your door, if I click on it, I get a bunch of boxes and arrows. Alright, if I want to switch which side has the hinge on it, if I click on this arrow, it will flip-flop. If I want it to open into the room, I'll click and it'll flip it inside. If I want to come back in and adjust a little bit where the door is, click on this middle handle, and I can shift it around. When you're placing doors, main thing, and for some reason I had people do this a lot last year, don't put the door flush with the inside wall because there needs to be a jamb or a frame that's attached to, and then that creates an error and deletes part of the wall. So even if you're putting it in the corner of the room, you'll have a little bit of wall there to make it actually physically possible. Door size, you can tweak and adjust it down here in properties. Alright, right here you have width, you have height. I would leave height alone, but you can adjust height or width, sorry. If I didn't want a big 3-foot wide door for, let's say, a bedroom or a closet, I can change it. So let's say it's 2 foot. I'm freezing up a little bit. Alright, so if I come here to width, if I select it and say 2 foot, I don't know, 8 inch. I hit enter, my door should automatically adjust down to the size that I typed in. If you are alright, when you're selected on the door, it may change the toolbar up at the top. You can either click home or hit escape and it should back out for you. But let me add a closet in here real quick. And that would be a super small closet. But just to show you how the different doors look, if I would select a bifold door, Alright, so the doors actually look different even from the top perspective. That would be like one of the doors that would hinge in the middle. You see these a lot for closets. And if it's a bigger closet or a normal size closet, they're usually double bifold. But just some different options as far as doors. The other basic thing, first thing I want to show you is going to be your windows. So I'm kind of working down this little column here. I did walls, did doors, now windows. Will they work the same basic way as doors? If I select the wall, it will start following my cursor. Same thing, it wants to tell me in relationship to a wall how far away it is. Let's say that I want to tell that top number instead of the bottom one. So the bottom one, it's selected, it's saying 4 feet 11 inches and 11/16. Let's say I don't know or don't care about that distance, but I know how far in I want it from the other edge of the wall. If I hit tab, it will switch. And so let's say if I do 3 feet and hit enter, it'll make it for me. Again, to get out of a command, hit escape. For the window, it automatically creates it for you. It does the panes inside. It cuts the wall itself. It doesn't do the exterior sill, but for right now I'm not going to worry about that. So those are your windows, and you can edit and modify them same as your doors. I click on this middle handle and I can move it along the wall. If I would want to make the window wider, I can do it one of two different ways. I can come down here and change the width here, or I can click on this arrow and drag the width out, and it will auto update down here. Alright, so those are kind of the first basic things when you are working on transferring your design from the vellum onto the computer. Start with exterior walls, then add in your interior ones. Once you have your interior walls, I would add in your doors and then move on to your windows. A couple things to keep in mind. Doors will normally open into rooms. If it's just like a closet or a linen closet, then they'll usually open out. And then you'll want 2 doors, entryways to your home. So that's more of a fire safety thing. If there would be one of the entrances be blocked, so you have a secondary entrance or exit, and your exterior doors will also open in. Alright, so super quick and dirty basics. I'll make another video showing how you can import things like cabinets, sinks, all the different stuff that would fill and populate the house. But I didn't want to make this first one too long. So hopefully this helps. And do your best. Help each other out, or ask me for help if I'm here.